What's up, guys, and welcome back to the doctor's office. I am Dr. K. Ray Knight, here to give you proper diagnosis and prognosis and everything comics and comic book characters. Did you guys ever watch Captain Planet when you were little or younger? I know, there's a generation of people who are 8 to 10 years older than me, so they would probably watched it prior to, but I did watch Captain Planet. Always came on in the morning, right before Carmen Sandiego, and I would always watch it before I went to school. Okay, so Dynamite Entertainment Comics has come out with Captain Planet comic book. I'm not gonna lie, that artwork, the artwork on the front of this book is absolute ass. I do not know who approved that cover, because then there are alternate covers inside of the book that are 10 times better. But this artwork for the cover of this book, a tragedy. It's y'all see it, the colors clashing. Anyway, so we get into the story. We start with a woman running away from the military, and her name is Gaia. And as we see, she has all of the rings on her hand, and she is powering her way through these men, okay? And it's only when she is surrounded and there are helicopters with guns on them. Mind you, she's just this one small woman. She is I honestly hope this shit works. And she uses all of the rings and ends up calling Captain Planet. Not gonna lie, when he says, with your powers combined, I am Captain Planet. I was childhood, I love it so much. So he grabs her, and they're oh my god, unidentified boat, hostile in the area, what the fuck? Literally, it was so random. And so they're just firing. They fire some missiles, and he uses ice to block them. He grabs Gaia, and they're just literally flying through the sky. And he's I don't really know what I expected. It's always the cruel people who attack the smaller people, but then they're always surprised when the smaller people fight back. It's so odd. And honestly and truly, yes. So with that being said, as he's flying through the sky, they literally are just shooting, and they're unidentified bogey, I don't know what the fuck's going on. He's using lightning to short out their helicopters and all kinds of stuff. And he's are you okay? What's your name? She's my name is Gaia, just needed your help. All right, cool, great, awesome. This one helicopter pulls up, right, and is using depleted uranium rounds, I believe is what they said. And they fire at him, and of course, direct hit to the back, right? This man is on the ground with a gigantic hole shot through his torso. It's more than just his chest, okay? And in a last-ditch effort, she uses the rings one more time. She gets shot in the neck with a tranquilizer, and when the military guy comes and gets her, calls his boss. It's we have complication. And he's I don't like complications. I hope you're not calling me and thinking you're gonna get paid for complications, basically. And he's just do you have the devices or not? He was well, that's the problem. We have the woman, right? We have the girl, but the rings are not here. Now, if I were Captain Planet, the next time that I was summoned, I'm spinning the block on everybody who shot me and put a hole in my torso. He has to. that has to be a lick back, because are you serious? Honestly, you could have just shot me and, like, I don't know, got me in the arm, right? It's the hole in my chest, the hole in my torso. And I'm just like, if that doesn't make me a villain the next time I come out, if that doesn't make me a villain the next time I come out, what else will? What else will? So the first ring goes to Ghana, to Kwame, and he's a football star. Football, soccer, and you know, he's like watching he's watching like a video that has himself on it and everything, and I believe his uncle is like, you know, hey, we got some deliveries to make, so get your ass up. And the dam is about to break, and he already has the ring on. So I'm not sure how long it's been since that whole incident. But he has the ring on already. And when the dam breaks and it's literally about to kill like everybody in the village, he just like puts everybody in trees as the dam water falls. So everybody's been saved. Nobody knows how. The next ring is with James Wheeler in Detroit. And currently, like, as soon as we get to Detroit, there is a chemical fire at like an automotive plant, and like an explosion happens, and the firefighters are trying to assist, and they look, and James is coming out with like another person. He's safe because he saved someone, and the only thing that is like up with him are that his clothes are burned. And they're like, oh my God, you know, you're amazing. How'd you do it? And he has the ring, so his is fire. The next ring is in Russia. There is a concert going on. It's like an underground concert going on, basically, and it's like a protest concert as well. So like the Russian police show up, and then they get thrown out by these like random wind tunnels. So the one who has that, her name is Linka. Sokolov is her last name. I want to say that her middle name is Androvina's. Hold on. Alexandrovina. So Linka has the wind one. Over in South Korea, there's like this science team on a boat, and you know, they're just kind of like, they're just like in the water. It doesn't say specifically what they're doing, but one of the girls, Guy, has she's like interrupting the main doctor and is like, hey, I found like one of these anomalies again. And he's like, you know, asking if it's just one of her like ridiculous rants or whatever. And outside there is this gigantic wave that looks like it's going to be a tsunami, but not really. It's just kind of, they're literally just like out in the middle of the water. And she is able to stop it with her ring because she has the water ring. Her name is Gi Sung Young, I believe is how you pronounce that. If I pronounce it wrong, I'm so sorry. But she has water. And then over in Brazil, there are animals attacking this like land plant, I guess. And there is a guy who looks like he's from, it's obviously like a chemical thing, something that's destroying the environment, basically. His name is Mati Yanes, and he has the heart ring. And so she's definitely calling out to them, basically telling them, you know, whatever you do now is up to you. I really just think that y'all should get together and call for help. And she's basically just like, I just need you guys to protect the earth as planeteers. And Lucian Plunder is like, hey, I'm going to find your rings. I don't care if you're calling out to them, but everything is going to be shared courtesy of me. Please. I enjoyed this. Truly. Now, the artwork inside of the book, fabulous, gorgeous looking. I'm just trying to figure out why we chose that cover. But again, you know. But for me lately, artwork has been just like huge, because sometimes it can distract from the story if the artwork is too much, like doing too much, if it's not clear enough or things like that. Y'all have seen some of the artwork that I post on here, so, and where I tell you that it was just a lot, right? So I'm not really sure why we went with that particular cover when the artwork inside of the book is 10 times better and matches the other covers that come in after you open the book. The story though, good start. I'm very excited. I'm glad that they're not children, right? I'm glad that they're grown ass people. So I think that would cater to the story a lot. I feel like it's kind of just like a going from the teens to, because even Captain Planet is older, right? So I like this. I like this. I'm very excited to see what's going to happen. Not even gonna lie, I was sitting there thinking, if anybody was going to be a villain in this story, Mati Yanez is probably my pick, because did you see him almost murder that man with all of his animals? If Captain Planet and Mati ever just decided that they were going to just go rogue, I would not be surprised. I'm sitting here telling you now, Captain Planet needs his lick back for that chest shot. Not even kidding. So serious. But we shall see how it goes. I'm excited to see how this is ended, because it's actually, for me, it's actually going to be competing against a lot of different stories that are old stories. We have Space Quest, which is Space Ghost and Johnny Quest together. I'm going to do that. Speed Racer has a book coming out from Mad Cave. Going to do that. Racer X also has a book coming out. Going to do that. The Herculoids is about 3 or 4 issues in, and it's immaculate. So if they do more wacky races, like they just did with Penelope Pitstop, if Penelope Pitstop just gets her own book, listen, the way I would just be in there all the time. So I'm excited for these reboot of old shows. Honestly, this is really fun, and I'm super excited for more. But that is it for this episode of The Doctor's Office. If you haven't gotten the book, get the book. Check out the Ghastly Gospels podcast. I can link it in the YouTube description, as well as you can find it on Apple, Amazon, Spotify, Podcast Addict, everything. We're literally everywhere. And Doctor's Office podcast as well. And I will see you guys at your next checkup.